Okay, so just going to talk a little bit about distance and clearance from parked cars, because most people don't really have good spatial awareness or that good judgment, particularly when you're first starting to learn to drive. So a couple of things to consider is, what is a safe distance when going past a parked vehicle? So something which may be food for thought is this. So firstly, when we're going past a parked vehicle, if someone opens the door, you know, are we giving that much room? Can we give it that much clearance? Sometimes you can't. But if you think about it, when we open a door, most people do open a door there to get out. And if you measured that, it's probably about a metre or so. But remember, a door can also go a little bit further than that, and there's a few more inches on top of that. But even before that, there's another setting. So when you open the door, it kind of rests and settles on that. That could be the distance that's just enough for people to sort of open the door, whoops, and change their mind. So really, is this distance then the closest we should really ever get to a parked car? Because there has to be a cut-off point. So a millimetre is obviously too close. You know, 2 or 3 meters is quite extravagant. You don't really need that much, because you don't need to, because you just established about a metre is going to be plenty. But really, the closest you should get is often the problem with people. And this is the closest you should actually get to a parked car. If we measure that, what we're looking at here is probably getting on for a couple of feet. So when you're going past a parked vehicle, that's the closest you should get. And if you're going to get that close, you're going to have your speed down. You're going to want to come down to gear 2 speed. So typically around about 15 miles an hour. And just remember, the closer you are to a vehicle, the slower you want the car, because you've got more time to judge your distance, more time to stop if you need to. But the closer you are to a parked vehicle, the slower you want to be. So that's the closest we should really get to a parked car. And if you're going to get that close, you should be driving around in gear 2. So that's the first setting of the door. And if we just shut the door now, and we'll look at what is a metre. So ideally, if you can give a metre, you should. And if you can give a metre, you may be able to go slightly faster. But if we open the door here now, onto its fullest setting, you can see now we've given plenty of room to not be hit by a door if we drive past and someone opens it. So there's just giving you a visual on that. So if we just shut the door again now. And of course, some vehicles are wider than others, so this may need to be adjusted as we go along. So just be careful of how close you get to parked vehicles. The closer you are, the slower you want to be. If you can give a car doors width, then you may be able to do the maximum speed of the road, depending on the road and traffic conditions at the time.